Hi everyone, 22nd of October. Thank you for dropping in on TNT and starting with a "what exactly were they thinking" moment. And this was posted on the ASEAN Now Thailand Facebook page. And the headline there, "Female doing driving practice crashes into home, causing major damage." Forgetting all the strange capital letters at the start of every word, let's look at the photo. And we've got two astronauts, and I'm sort of figuring that they're an AI version of perhaps Adolf Hitler and Elvis Presley. I don't know. Doesn't seem to show a female doing any driving or a home or any particular damage. Well, this is actually the story. A bank employee in Mae Hong Song, practicing her driving skills, accidentally stepped on the accelerator and crashed her car through the walls of a 3-story house, and the incident caused significant damage to both the house and her vehicle. Well, it seems to me perhaps that the only damage done here might have been to the reputation of ASEAN Now Thailand. What the hell happened there? Did somebody think, oh, that'll catch somebody's attention? Or is it a mistake? It was just another photo that was generated and used in error. I'd love to hear. Now, another thing that's happened today, just sort of cruising through the stories as I do each morning, quite a few headlines came up, like these. All from the Bangkok Post, the Pollution Control Department outlines new plans to fight haze. Calls for regulation as cheap imports hit Thai factories. Government urged to act on foreign businesses. Laws set to tighten to fight pyramid schemes. Now, with all these headlines, it's a bit of playing catch-up after closing the door after the horse has bolted. In so many cases, Thailand seems to be very reactive to things that have happened, and they're always setting to tighten or checking into this or trying to crack down on some other situation rather than, I don't know, occasionally maybe being proactive. And this comment yesterday, and this came from Don Weil, as for two-tier pricing, how about economy versus business class when flying? So, of course, the difference here is that when it comes to an aeroplane, there is often business class and economy class, and there's two-tier pricing, but you have a choice whether you'd like to have one or the other. Now, to use your metaphor a little bit more accurately, what's happening here in Thailand would be like having the whole plane full of economy seats, but all foreigners asked to pay more, sometimes 10 times more, just for having exactly the same seat. Let's move on to a story. And Thai PBS World just got their counter ticking. 5,000 plus complaints about the 1.6 billion baht in losses filed against the Icon Group. I should also say we've got quite a few other stories about scams today. But back to Icon, 5,648 investors have filed complaints with the police against the Icon Group. Yesterday, police had managed to interview 2,875 of them. And to the political dimension in this one, police have already obtained a transcript of a conversation between Icon Group's CEO and a politician, identified only as Saw, from the CEO's cell phone, during which Saw is heard demanding a bribe from the CEO. And police are now trying to extract information from the CEO's second cell phone. He added that police investigators will need to see the CEO to get more information about the politician in question. Well, that won't be hard. He's currently in detention and, as far as I know, got nothing else to do but perhaps have a talk to police. And more about the politician nation Thailand reporting that Palang Pracharat party to remove Samat as the deputy spokesperson. And this is Mr. Samat caught in Parliament trying to indicate that he can do something different with each of his eyes. And the story says that to maintain order in the Palang Pracharat party's operations, Pai Boon, who's the Director General of Palang Pracharat, said he'd proposed the party leader issue an order removing Samat from his position as the deputy spokesperson, effective immediately. And Samat made headlines after an audio clip surfaced that allegedly captured a politician soliciting benefits from Boss Paul, the CEO of Icon Group, with links being made to Samat. He's now come forward to deny the voice in the clips is his. No, that's not my voice. Obviously, the police got plenty to investigate with this Icon Group story. I bet we'll still be talking about it in a month's time. And acknowledging the support of 5-Star Marine at 5starmarinephuket.com, number 5, and also Beach House Thailand at beachhousethailand.com. You can check out those two websites to see if you'd like to avail yourself of their services. Now to our next story of what the hell were they thinking? And we head to the Khao Know Zoo, and Thai PBS World publishes Khao Know Open Zoo to ban slingshots. What the hell would you be doing with a slingshot at a zoo? And the zoo in Chonburi province has decided to ban visitors from carrying slingshots after a Chinese tourist was caught in the act of using one. The image of a Chinese woman using a slingshot as two of her fellow tourists looked on was posted on the webpage of Khao Moo and the gang. Apparently, zoo officials had seen the image and were in the process of checking at what the woman was aiming, because there are not usually many animals in that area, and the zoo's chief said he will ask the tour company to tell its customers not to carry slingshots into the zoo. And he also said he'll consult with the Department of National Parks, Wildlife and Plant Conservation about what charges could be brought against the tourist in question, adding there are wild monkeys in the area but no caged animals. And the zoo will add a regulation banning slingshots on the premises. Don't feed the animals, don't put your hands in the tiger cage, don't bring your slingshot. The story also covered in khao.english.com, their headline, Khao Know Zoo files police report on visitor misusing slingshot. A photo there of the Miss Grand International contestants visiting Moo Deng, the pygmy hippo. And nothing to do with them, but the zoo chief had warned visitors before when some threw seashells at Moo Deng, the celebrity hippo, while he was sleeping because they wanted to see her run and play. You sort of get the idea of some of the people that should be in the zoo, not visiting the zoo. Okay, to another scam, and Bangkok Post reporting Thai monks lose 1 billion baht to stock fraud. All of this going on at the moment, Thailand's National Office of Buddhism has been instructed to investigate an alleged pyramid scheme in which monks were duped into investing in bogus stock in the northeast, causing damages valued at more than 1 billion baht. And commenting from the PM's office, they noted a pyramid scheme known as Ban Share Nong Carrot. I don't think carrot is a Thai word. I think it probably means carrot. And the controversy was sparked by a report in a Facebook page that a pyramid scheme in the northeast had collapsed. According to the page, a company reportedly lured monks and villagers into attending seminars and training sessions it hosted. And the company encouraged participants to recruit others to join a network that trades company shares. Each member was required to invest a minimum of 300,000 baht. The first thing that springs to mind is how many monks have got 300,000 baht sitting in the bank. And the article goes on to describe how the scam worked, and it said after 3 months the company claimed it suffered losses and that members could no longer withdraw their investments. And until June last year, no member had received any returns on their investments. Many began filing complaints with the Department of Special Investigations, but there's been no progress to date. Well, that one actually does read a bit more like a Ponzi scheme. We've got another scam coming up a little bit later, but first, another bus crash. And Khao.english.com reporting 38 passengers have been injured too seriously when a bus transporting them to a merit-making ceremony at a temple crashed into 4 vehicles. This happened at Nakhon Ratchasima shortly before 1:30 a.m. yesterday. And the 68-year-old driver cited brake failure as the cause. Brake failure, you say? Never happened before. To another scam. And we head back to ThaiPBSWorld.com. 2 Chinese allege they paid 23 million baht ransom to kidnappers. A snapshot there on CCTV just before the actual kidnap. and 2 Chinese nationals have filed a complaint with the Bangkok police, claiming they'd been kidnapped by 5 armed men who demanded over 23 million baht in ransom. And the 2 also presented a video clip to the police from a CCTV system at a rented house. And the alleged abduction occurred at around about 4 p.m. on Saturday, when 2 Chinese and 3 Burmese nationals came to the rented home and demanded 3.2 million baht in cash from the victims, plus another 600,000 US dollars. And the victims didn't have all the money. Perhaps they could have gone and asked a Buddhist monk, and were forced into a car and driven to Nakhon Nayok province. So what have the police done? Well, they've sent officers to the victim's rented house to collect more evidence, and an officer has been sent to provide temporary protection for the 2 victims. Well, the good news from that is that at least those 2 people are safe. Let's hope the police can track down those 5 perpetrators. And with that, hopefully, you're a bit more up to date with the latest scams happening in Thailand. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. We'll see you next time.